All right. Hi, everybody. I am in Atlanta, and as you can probably tell, I forgot my good camera. I have an external camera that I use on the laptop, and it is in Savannah. It did not make the journey up with me yesterday. So, I am going to wing this, and you're just going to have to deal with all the fuzzies. This is the beautiful hotel room that the Atlanta Apartment Association put me up in. Thank you to them. And I had a fabulous time getting to see them and work with them. But I am here for you guys now and for you guys today. So, I was really thinking about how in 2026, I wanted to keep the ball rolling with things being fun. Last year was my year of big, and I did some incredible things. I saw my seventh world wonder. I went to my seventh continent. I attended a friend's wedding in Ireland, continued to grow my business, and made even more connections all throughout the Southeast in speaking engagements. And it was a ton of fun. I mean, there's just no other way to put it. It was a ton of fun. 2025 was a crazy year for a whole lot of reasons that we won't go into, but we know. And it was also a lot of fun. So I was thinking about what I could do to keep that momentum going into 2026. What thing do I want to prioritize and make something that happens here in this year that really anchors me into that fun? And I was sitting with this the other day, and it really occurred to me that conversation is what led to so much of the fun that I had throughout the year. That might have been conversation, with my son. He is hilarious and has a huge personality. It might have been a conversation with clients where we were digging into a lot of crap sometimes, and a lot of successes, and a lot of wins, and a lot of celebrations. It may have been, conversation with strangers. It may have been conversations with my coaches, my best friends. Hell, it might have been conversations with myself in the shower. And those conversations led to so much fun being created in 2025. And how does that work? What does that even look like? So, when I think about where all fun starts, have you guys seen that meme? Sometimes it's like a static image, and sometimes a video on TikTok. Yes, I do get sucked into TikTok, where it talked about it says, like when the girls trip finally leaves the group chat. Like when we actually show up and we're actually making things happen, when we actually go on the cruise, which is also something that I did. And our girls trip used to be annual, and it had not happened in a long time. But the girls cruise happened last year as well. God, I'd already forgotten about that. That's wild. But it did. It left the group chat, and it made it into the real world. It made it into like a beach in Mexico. And there's a difference, right? There's a difference in the things that I do and the experiences that I have. I can daydream with the best of them. I can disassociate like a boss. I can allow my brain to go down so many rabbit holes. It's ridiculous. But actually doing the thing is very different. I'll take this for example. Being here in Atlanta for the Atlanta Apartment Association, we started having this conversation in July of 2025, right? It is now January 2026. It finally left the email. We finally are here, and we picked this day back in July, right? So I can't do math in my head, y'all. How many months is that? I don't know. However many months it is. And it finally is here. And now I am driving through Atlanta and not having a Verizon signal. If you know, you know. But I'm actually getting to be here. I've got my stuff and I've got the supplies for the workshop, and I've got all these connections, these people that I've had Zoom meetings with. I'm going to actually get to give them a hug now, right? Like, we actually get to have conversations. It was great to be able to see them and to be able to meet them in real life. And it's very different than having the conversation. It's very different than the idea. It's very different than the email to be able to actually do it. And this only happened. I'm only here and getting to experience this because we had a conversation, because we talked. The girls' trip to Cozumel only happened because we talked about it, because we had that conversation. My clients see successes because we talk about things, because conversations happen. I learn more about who my child is because I make intentional time to talk to him. No phones, no TV, no Xbox, actual conversation, right? Now, does that mean I'm perfect every time? No, I probably have 5 text messages right now where I'm like, yes, let's pick a time. And have we picked a time? We have not, neither one of us. That's going to continue to happen. But when we actually get together with people, and that may be on the phone or maybe in person, and we conversate, we learn, right? Like being up in Atlanta, I got to go to dinner with my friend Doug. I don't think he watches my Facebook Lives. Hopefully not. If you do, hey, Doug. Doug and I went to college together, so we've been friends for 25 years, and I hadn't seen him since I was diagnosed with cancer, which was in April, 6 years, right? So sometime before then. And it was so different being able to sit with Doug and conversate with Doug and catch up and hear how he's doing and how his work's doing and how his family's doing than just texting, right? And he's been a dear friend of mine for 25 years. This happens with my best friend. This happens with family. And when we sit, we learn, right? Doug and I were able to talk about so many things tonight that are not going to come up in conversation through text. It actually takes talking to people. And when we intentionally invest that time, when we say, I'm going to give you my energy and my attention and my voice, we create so much goodness around that. If you are an introvert like me, feel free to let me know in the comments. If you're an introvert like me, I may not be able to respond to everybody, but if you're an introvert like me, it can be really hard sometimes to work ourselves up to actually going out and actually doing things, even when it's good, even when it's fun. If you are extroverted and this is not a problem for you, please don't hate on us, because once we get there, we're really glad that we did it, but it takes a lot for us to work ourselves to get up there, right? But once we do, we have such a good time, and we are so grateful for the experience and for the memories. And y'all, when you are tired and burned out and overwhelmed, when you are feeling like you only go to work, when you only take care of chores, when you only do the shoulds, you're not having enough fun. You have to, if you choose, it's always a choice. But if you want to alleviate some of that burden, you have to incorporate fun. You have to. And you get to the fun by having a freaking conversation. Talk to somebody. Reach out to them. Ask them how they are. Don't have a catch-up friendship where you just sit and catch up. Have an actual friendship. Actually get together. Actually do the thing. Actually make it happen, right? It's so different when we reach out and have those good, those conversations, y'all know what I'm talking about, where time just flies and you're like, oh my gosh, this was the best ever, right? Where you don't even realize that it's been that, where you walk away feeling energized and nourished. That's what I'm talking about. Go out there and create some fun and have a freaking conversation. I would love it. I would love for you to tell me about your conversations. I would love for you to send me an email if you want to. Comment here if you want to. If you've watched this and you've gone and had the conversation, come back. I think you can make comments on lives afterwards. Tell me about your conversations. Send me a private message. I don't care, whatever. I'll try to make sure I see it. They do get lost in there sometimes, but I'll do my best. Like, go out there and have a conversation. You can have a conversation with me. If you aren't sure who to talk to, let me know and we will schedule a conversation. I do not care. I would love to meet you and hear about you and hear how your life has been and how we can create some fun together. It would be absolutely amazing. Okay. So, I'm so thrilled that I've been sharing these prizes behind the scenes, and I'm going to continue to give away some prizes. So, if you have not won a prize yet, you have to be registered. Just pop your name and email. I'm going to put the link in the comments, and put your name on that list and win yourself some cash or some coaching or some books or some other fun giveaways. I'm excited to be sharing with everybody and creating some fun in that way. Yeah. Also, I had a few people reach out and ask about the group, The Nest, talk about conversation. We're going to be doing a lot of that in the group. If you have any questions about the group, we are kicking off on February 4th. We are not that far away. And I would love to let you know more about it. This is exclusive to women, and we are getting together and just holding space to hear everybody's stuff, good, bad, ugly. We're going to celebrate the wins. We're going to hug and cry and have a glass of wine, maybe, through the tough things. But we are going to be there for one another. So I'd love to talk to you about that as well. If that's something you're interested in, we will create a lot of fun and a lot of conversation in that group. So I love you guys. I am staying in Atlanta through the weekend. And I'm going to continue to go live, and we are going to have another live tomorrow, and I'm not going to tell you about that one yet because that one's extra special. All right. I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.